We say we know more about space than the oceans.
Iceworms. There is known species that can cover an area this big in just a few days.
I don't know how fast it's spreading. We need to get them away from the coast.
The bacteria has infiltrated every source of water.
Does he have any idea what it is?
We found an organic substance in the muscles and the brainstem of a whale.
None of them survived.
Welcome to Screen Recaps, and today we are going to recapping the first season of Swarm. At the start of the movie, a seasoned fisherman heads to sea and casts his net, but it snags on the ocean floor. He dives to free it, but is surrounded by a massive school of fish. Meanwhile, Charlie, a lighthouse keeper, contacts colleagues in Germany but rushes to investigate a signal. She swims to retrieve a tangled sensor. In Canada, Leon, a whale researcher, is called to Vancouver's City Beach, where a killer whale has washed ashore. Suspecting poachers, he inspects a fisherman's boat damaged in an alleged whale attack. Charlie and a friend launch a sensor and notice an unusual amount of methane ice fragments. Leon discovers whales along the coast and warns his girlfriend Lizzie, who is taking tourists to see them. A giant whale strikes Lizzie's boat, and Leon arrives too late to save her. Meanwhile, in a French restaurant, a chef is sprayed in the face by a lobster. After wiping his face, the chef continues working, but by evening, he and two other cooks fall ill. The chef dies that night, and the two young cooks are hospitalized, awaiting test results. Concurrently, a Norwegian ship studies an invasion of iceworms, finding they have jaws and reproduce rapidly. A new species of worms and bacteria is discovered. Leon talks to a fishing boat owner about humpback whale attacks and finds the boat's bottom covered with an unusual layer of mollusks. Scientists launch a sampler to check the soil, but an explosion occurs due to a methane leak. They survive but are frightened by the results showing ice-eating bacteria. Jess records a message to Charlie when the ship is suddenly pulled into boiling water. In Venice, a couple sees thousands of giant jellyfish. The chef's bacteria feed on blood cells, and more people die. Leon finds an unknown substance in a whale's brain, linking bacteria spread to the restaurant's water supply. Leon is informed of new whale attacks and notices a pattern related to their migration. To confirm his suspicions, he sails to where whales rest and nearly faces disaster, but manages to install a camera on a whale. Seeger learns the Japanese have also discovered the worms but haven't disclosed it. Recordings from Leon's camera show whales descending to the ocean floor, encountering strange glowing. Meanwhile, in a coastal village, hordes of crabs invade the streets. An investigation reveals an oil and gas company damaged the seabed while drilling. Leon sneaks into a guarded port to collect samples but gets arrested. Mr. Sato, the Japanese ship owner, warns Leon against trespassing but offers access to materials for study. Charlie receives Jess's recorded message and notices a peculiar glow. Crabs delivered to the lab contain a blood-absorbing substance. Despite her boss Katarina's skepticism, Charlie persuades her to test the hypothesis. A helicopter with scientists and a deep-water device arrives, delivered by Seeger. As they prepare, emergency messages come in from the mainland. Seeger warns Charlie of an approaching tsunami, and they evacuate. At a conference, scientists reveal that the discovered bacteria intentionally infect humans, prompting a need to flee from water sources. Leon warns his fishermen friends, who prefer dying at sea. Rahim joins Leon at a scientific conference where most agree a force is driving people from the ocean. Only Katarina insists on a scientific explanation. Despite her objections, the group convinces the government that marine creatures infected with bacteria are attacking humans, naming the intelligence Astrophysicist Samantha Grove supports the theory, identifying the sound as an unfamiliar language and detecting a similar signal from Antarctica. Mifuno funds the Arctic expedition. The team, saying goodbye to loved ones, prepares to contact the intelligent bacteria in Antarctica. The ship's equipment detects interference, and Sarah confides in Leon about her trust in Mifuno. Samantha plans to use a child's scream to signal readiness for communication. Charlie asks a colleague to take her in the diving apparatus to the bottom. The ship drops anchor, and scientists begin transmitting a sound message. The couple enters the capsule and dives, awaiting a reaction. The radar detects movement and a sound signal. The capsule's fans malfunction, and they run out of oxygen, but communication fails. Chief Pilot Luther attempts to lift the boat. As the ship receives the capsule, Charlie notices a strange glow but stays silent. Samantha reports contact. The child's cry in the signal was altered, indicating the bacteria understood. Dr. Chase seeks a cure for the infected. Luther dismisses Charlie's observations as imagination. Samantha deciphers ERM messages to form a response. In the capsule compartment, the journalist sees a glow. After interference, her body is found with cerebrospinal fluid. Samantha detects an internal signal surge. Charlie admits they brought bacteria into the pool. The doctor finds marine bacteria in Alicia's spinal cord. Samantha sends a new message, including her audio image. Charlie, unauthorized, returns to the glowing pool, observing unusual light shapes. Samantha receives a response from the entity with an image, and Mr. Mifuno arrives by helicopter to witness the revelation. Seagore shows him the image from the pool cameras, depicting a super ocean surrounded by a supercontinent millions of years ago. The ER emphasizes their longevity and desire for undisturbed oceans, signaling a potential for negotiation. Meanwhile, Chase develops a drug to combat the bacteria, sparking debate within the team. Mifuno wants to test it in the pool to eradicate the ER, while Seagore advocates for negotiation first. During the drug test, chaos ensues as the water reacts violently. The ship drifts among icebergs, and a collision leads to a strange blue glow, transporting them elsewhere. Frustrated, the captain considers using all the drug, but Seagore insists on a truce after the experiment's consequences. Amid negotiations, the entity traps the ship between icebergs. Charlie plans to deliver Luther's body as a gesture of obedience, but changes course, merging with the ER and guiding the ship to safety on a deserted island, her eyes glowing blue with newfound connection.
I thought I was done.